Basically, the reason I wanted to make this video was because when I first got derealization, I didn't know what was going on with me, and I needed answers because I was like, I need to get rid of this now. I don't know what this is. Just get rid of this any way that I can. And I looked up videos, looked up on Google derealization because that seemed the most similar to what was wrong with me. Turns out that's what it was. YouTube didn't really have anything really, I don't know, it was just people talking about, oh, it'll get better, like, blah, 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 but never really how to get rid of it. It's nothing you can get rid of in, like, a week or two. It's gonna take a while. Like I said, I've had it for 2 years, and it's just now feeling like it's fading away. I just know that you'll get rid of it. And if you follow the things that I say, or at least try, if any of these tips work for you, like, please do them and try them because you're gonna feel so much better. Basically, I wanted to start off by saying what derealization is, so if you think you have it and you understand what I'm saying, then you probably do. Derealization is a weird thing. You feel like you're in a dream, so if that connects with you, then this is probably what you have. But I don't really talk, I never really was open about talking about with people, except for my close friends, because I don't know, it was like everybody makes it seem like a mental illness, even though I'm like, anybody that knows me knows I'm one of the most happiest, positive, optimistic people you could ever meet. So I didn't want people to connect me with anxiety, because a bunch of people come to me for help when they are dealing with something, and I don't know, I just didn't want people to think something's wrong with me, because if I would go to school one day sad, people would be like, oh, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. Or like, I didn't mean to say if I come to school sad, like if I looked sad or had like a frown or something, people would just be like, oh, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh, I'm fine. So I don't know, I just wasn't really open talking about this with people except for my friends. But basically, derealization is a defense mechanism in your brain that alters your reality and makes you feel like you're in a different state. So when stressors are coming at you, it's not going to be as intense because you feel like you're blocked off in a different reality, if that makes sense. Yeah, I love how it's a defense mechanism, but it makes me feel 10 times worse because I'm freaking out, like, oh, why do I feel like I'm in a dream? But, it's scary. Oh, by the way, I wrote down everything. I'm not good at speaking. You'll probably be able to tell soon if you can't already. But, yeah, so basically it's scary. Temperature was weird for me. I remember I'd, like, wave my hands around and be like, is it hot or cold? Like, am I comfortable? Like, I can't tell, which is weird. If you have this, I know this sounds crazy, but if you'll understand and relate to everything I'm saying if you have experienced this. But, you get anxious. I would be walking around and then I'd be like, oh, I feel like I'm in a dream right now. And then I would freak out, and it would just go into this cycle in my mind, and then it wouldn't go away, and it would just make me feel like I was in a dream even more, and it just wasn't good. Lonely. For a little bit amount of time, I felt lonely because nobody that I knew had experienced this. I didn't really ask many people. I met one person that had it too. I don't know, I don't remember how it came about, but it was the craziest conversation I've ever had in my entire life. We literally related to everything so perfectly, and he had it for a while before I did, and he helped me understand what it was more. And it was just crazy. And I got so much information from him. And that was when I'd had it for about a year, so I was still lost in the process. I still was confused. I didn't know what was going on. I just knew something was wrong. So if you have supportive friends, like, I have the best of friends who helped me through this so much. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't know what to tell me, obviously, and I knew that, but they definitely helped because I knew they were there for me whenever I needed to talk about it or I would get scared or feel alone. They would always be there. Lights affected me, especially in classrooms when the lights would be dimmed weird, or like light-colored walls with the dim lights. I don't really know how to explain it, but like I said, if you've been through it, you'll understand. I don't know why lights and temperature were weird, but lights would definitely affect how I was feeling. Like if I felt like I was in a dream more or not. Like it would just bother me. You just want to make it go away, but you don't know how. That thought gets cycled throughout your mind. Your brain feels cloudy and foggy. You have obsessive thoughts. You can't think as well as you used to be able to. When you think, it feels like there's a barrier, like my thoughts, and there's like a barrier in my mind, where it's like if I'm trying to think really hard about something, or not even hard in general, I just want to think more, like, you know, it's like there's a block and I can't, and it made me so annoyed, and I would freak out, and I'm like, why can't I think normally like how I used to be able to? And like, it was just bad. Change, that was a huge trigger for me. Another trigger I learned was caffeine. Apparently, I don't know, caffeine doesn't affect it for me, but in some video I watched, some person was like, oh yeah, caffeine, if you drink caffeine, like, it's gonna make you feel like you're in a dream more. Which, I love Diet Coke, and every time I drink Diet Coke, that was never an issue. But I do drink water. I like water. It's always water, Diet Coke. Mostly water, though. So, I mean, maybe that's why, but I don't know. But yeah, change. That was a big thing for me. When I went to college, it affected me really bad. I remember walking around campus feeling so scared and lonely, and it just triggered it, I guess you could say, and I felt like I was in a dream so bad, like 24/7, constantly, so bad. And I don't know, it was just, I didn't like the college I was at either, and the town was terrible, and it just, all of that built up just made it worse. I had to help myself. I got out of there. I'm obviously still in school, but I just transferred somewhere else. But now I want to talk about how to help, I don't want to say heal it, but I guess that's the best term I could use, is to help heal it and make it go away. Make it go away. That's it. Make it go away. Because I don't want to say heal it, because it sounds like a mental illness, which I don't know. I don't want to say that, because, I mean, I'm fine. Yeah, this is going on, but I'm still me. So, the first thing, I wrote meditate a lot more times than I thought I did in here. But meditate helped me so much, like meditating. There's an app I used called Headspace. There's another one called End Anxiety, and I think Keep Calm is another one. But meditating isn't just like sitting here just like, oh, with your eyes closed. It literally helps your thoughts, like helps you process your thoughts in a healthy way. And after about like the second week I started meditating, I could feel my mind just get so much clearer. And in this Headspace app, I just wanted to share it because it gave the perfect metaphor, which basically said your thoughts are like traffic going by. So you're seeing the traffic go by, and instead of running out in the middle of traffic and trying to stop it, just watch it go by and accept it and then evaluate it and take it from there. So instead of seeing all these thoughts go by and freaking out and be like, and like trying to jump out and stop it, don't. Watch it go by and just stay calm, process it, evaluate it, and then like move on. That definitely helped so much for me. Also, guided meditation. I would go to sleep and play these guided meditation videos on YouTube, and I would go to sleep with that. It's like a hypnosis thing. That helped me so much. I would wake up and my mind would feel so much clearer. I would look up guided meditation for anxiety and stress relief. There's some made for sleeping. I would definitely look into that because that helped me so much. Another thing I said that helped was exercise. Exercising, at least for me personally, clears my thoughts. I'm not thinking about anything else except exercising, especially if you're running. I hate running. So when I'm running, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do this. And then I guess that's a bad way to explain it, but I like working out. I just hate running. But when I'm running, I'm just thinking about how much I don't want to be running, so I'm not thinking about anything else. But then when I am working out and like am having fun, like all I'm thinking about is working out and getting better, so I'm not thinking about anything stressful or anything negative on my mind. Another thing is water. Drink water. Water, that sounds cliche. I'm sorry, but water definitely is good. Healthy, do that. I've noticed that helps me personally feel like my mind is clearer. Oh, this is a big one. Oh, I wish I said this first. Accept it. Accept what's going on. When I thought about this is when I started to feel myself getting better. Once you accept what's going on, oh my gosh, it'll be crazy. I remember I was like, okay, this is going on. I can't control it. There's nothing I can do. The only thing I can do is accept it and move on from here. So once you get into that mentality of like, okay, I can't do anything, this is what's happening, like this sucks, but this is what's going on, then that's the first step to improvement. Like, I promise you, you can't get anywhere else in this journey of getting rid of it until you realize that, like, hey, I have to accept what's going on, because if I don't, then I'm not going to get better. The next thing I said was stay away from unhealthy thoughts and don't overwork your mind to not think about them, accept them. So the only way I can describe what I'm trying to say is basically with the traffic metaphor. If you overthink your mind and you're like, oh, I don't want to think about this, but like I can't stop thinking about it, then your mind's going to go into this cycle and it's not going to end. Like, it's not going to end. So don't overthink your mind. Just accept your thoughts, see them go by, and just take it from there. I already talked about guided meditation. Writing. Personally, for me, writing is huge for me because when I write something, this is what I use. It's just like this little journal. When I write, it gets all my bad thoughts out. Or any thoughts in general. Not even bad. I'll just talk about my day or like what happened. But if I am thinking something more negatively, I'll write it down. And it just lets my thoughts escape onto paper, so they're just not in my mind anymore. Yeah, maybe I'll still think about it, but it's not like trapped in my mind. So when I write it down, it's like they're released, if that makes sense. And that helps me so much. Like, and I love writing in the first place. So writing just definitely helps me so much more with getting my bad thoughts out and just being relieved from stress, I guess you could say. The next thing is music. I love music. I feel like most people love music, and music, it'll just, it's just such an amazing thing. Music is so much more than just music. If you listen to music, especially having derealization, it'll take you away. You're not going to think about anything bad. It definitely is a huge stress reliever, at least for me personally, and I honestly feel like I can say it's a stress reliever for the majority of people. Everybody listens to music if they're having a bad day or something, and music just calms you. It just makes you feel so much better in general. So, yeah, the next thing I wanted to say was, okay, this is kind of a touchy subject. I guess I would say spirituality. Everybody has their own opinion on what they believe, what they don't believe, and that's perfectly okay. For me personally, when I would feel alone, I guess you could say I'm more of a religious person. I definitely think there's a God out there, and I mean, that's just my opinion. Everybody thinks something different, and that's okay. That's fine. But in my opinion, God is what has helped me get through so much of this. I knew I had, but, I knew I had something else there for me, even though I wouldn't feel like it sometimes. So definitely, if you're a spiritual person, connect with whatever you believe in, and it'll definitely help you feel less alone, feel like there's hope. Hope is a huge thing that you need to get through this too. I always have hope in everything, I don't know, without hope, what is there? Honestly, I feel like I'm coming from, I don't even want to say that. I was going to say coming from a person who doesn't have much, but that's not true. I'm blessed with the things I have, but I've just been through a decent amount, I guess. But, the next thing is to breathe and relax. I feel like nowadays people don't take the time to just breathe and just chill. Everybody's always like, go, like, I gotta do this, gotta do that. Nobody has time to reflect anymore. So that's huge for me. Definitely breathe, relax, reflect, meditate. That definitely falls into that. Give your mind a break. Meditation. I wrote it way too many times, but that's how important it is. Clutter. Yeah, okay, so every time my room would be messy, I knew that it would make me feel worse, but I just, like, obviously, you don't want to clean your room, because when I clean my room, I don't want to just, like, pick up stuff. I'm going to want to, like, do my whole entire room, like, my cabinets and everything, and my drawers. But, when your room is cluttered, your mind is cluttered also, and if you have derealization, having a cluttered mind is not what you want. So I cleaned my room, reorganized it, and I feel so much better, so definitely do that. Stop getting caught up in everything. If something bad is happening to you or it's not going your way, don't get caught up in it. Accept what's going on, and figure out how you're going to deal with it from there, rather than just, freaking out. This is happening, I need to get rid of it, make it stop, I don't know what to do. Because everything is going to be okay, I promise you. Like, Bob Marley music, that got me through a lot of it. That so spoke to me. I even got a tattoo of the 3 little birds. Every little thing is going to be alright, because I promise you, everything is going to be so much better. It makes me so sad when my friends are going through something and they're like, it's just never gonna get better, like, my life sucks, like, all this. I'm like, okay, a year or 2 down the road, you're gonna have figured this out and everything is gonna be better, so stop saying that, please, because you're gonna get better. I meant to say, incense and smells. There are certain smells that help relieve stress, like lavender. That's a good one. I love incense. Some people don't like it. My mom, my dad don't like it, but I like it, so I always burn incense. It just helps me calm down. It makes me feel less stressed and stuff. So incense, definitely do incense. Also, I mean, I'm assuming there'd be stores like this everywhere, but I have this store near my area. It's called Earthbound. It's probably located a bunch of other places too, but they have this rack of different stress relief scents in like this little jar. And if you can find those, definitely do that. I know you can put some of the smells like on your pillow and stuff, and it'll help relieve stress. Or you can just carry it around and just smell it whenever you need to. But yeah. So I'm sorry this video ended up to be 20 minutes long. I tried to make 3 other videos to make it perfect, but I really think this is the best one to help people dealing with anxiety, specifically derealization. But don't give up. Try everything I said. I promise you this will end. Accept it, and you're going to be on your way to feeling like how you used to feel again. I promise you. Like I said, I've had this for 2 years, and I'm finally feeling better. So, yeah. Just accept it, and I promise you're going to feel like the old you again.